Welcome to a web series on education and the family, brought to you by Creo Early Learning Partners. If you can, please donate to our fundraising efforts by clicking the link on this post. Your contribution will aid teachers and school staff adversely affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. In this episode entitled Parents as Frontliners of Children's Development, we are joined by Family Life and Child Development Specialist, Teacher Claudette Tandok.
We all know that parents are not perfect. And
true.
Parenting is hard to teach. But what can we do to repair the relationship with the children when parents forget to apply positive things?
Yeah, this is also a time for me to tell the parents, you really need to do self-care. The reason why there's a tendency for us to scream, especially right now, to be rude to our kids or to people at home, it's because many times we are not aware. This is how we express our fears. This is how we express our uncertainties of what's happening right now during pandemic. See, that's why it's very important to show love to yourself.
Maybe this is my wake-up call to join the yoga classes of Sir Sam.
Yes.
Thank you, Kat. You're always welcome to join our virtual classes. But anyway, we highlight the word frontliner in our topic. These days, we associate the word with medical frontliners, our doctors, nurses, technicians who help fight the
Yes.
outbreak. They are our frontliners because they have studied for this and they are trained. What should a parent do now to be an effective frontliner in a child's holistic growth?
All right. Oh, I love your questions, Teacher Sam, especially this last question. We parents are frontliners. Now, we are not doctors, we are not nurses, but we are as, remember what would the teacher say or the school? We are the first teachers. And even, Sir Sam, according to Yuri Bronfenbrenner, the proponent of the ecological systems theory, parents are the ones in the microsystem. They are the ones with the child first and foremost. So as a frontliner at home, we have to be intentional with our parenting. Despite the pandemic, the quarantine, the global health crisis, at home, we are the frontliners. We continue to give love. We continue to give understanding. We continue to be patient. We continue to give guidance to our children. Because, Sir Sam, we are the first people that our kids see. And I remember again, one of my favorite theorists, Albert Bandura. He says that it's not really how much we, it's not really the sermon or the lectures we give them, but it's the way we behave. It's our actions. And there are little pairs of eyes looking at us. We may say one thing, but they see us, Sir Sam. How do we behave? How do we respond to them? How do we guide them? They're looking at us. And the theory of modeling or imitation of Albert Bandura is so alive. As frontliners, I would really say, Sir Sam, this is challenging, but we have to set an example. We have to be leaders of our children. For the holistic development of the kids. I'm glad you mentioned the word holistic. Cognitive domain, social emotional domain, and the physical domain. If I may add, language domain. All of these domains, Sir Sam, if something is not right with one domain, and right now it's happening, I think that really the most affected here is the socio-emotional domain or the affective domain. If something is not right there, please don't expect that the child will be functioning well in the cognitive domain. So I am really, I don't know how to feel, Sir Sam, with parents being so much focused and engrossed in the academic domain of their children. When the quarantine started, they're so worried. Oh, naku, how's the schooling of my kid? Hindi na papasok. How about the homework, the exam, etc.? Really? We are concerned about that more than the emotional domain of our children? We have to think the holistic way, Sir Sam. Something is not right with one domain, everything is affected. So we think holistic. Look at your child, but look at the whole being. Don't look at him as an academic being only. I will really tell you, parents, please look at your child as a whole being.
Thank you, Teacher Claudette. I think that that's really on point. You mentioned about holistic development is really about creating a balance and harmony in terms of the different domains of a child. And at the same time, I like your idea on parents as frontliners. They are also leaders, no,
Yes,
in a lot of
leaders.
respect. Um, in connection to the idea of them being the leaders of their children as models and first teachers, perhaps. As you know, there is a lot of talk about whether parents should be deferring their enrollment of their children to schools or push through this school year. There was even a viral video that says "Vaccine muna bago eskwela." What is your advice to parents or schools right now, Teacher Claudette?
All right. Sir Sam, that's really relevant. See, I'm a teacher at the same time. I'm a parent. My kids are grown. They're not in early childhood. They're not preschoolers. One is in college, entering second year college. One is an incoming grade 10. See, they're grown ups already. But it doesn't matter, Sir Sam. Whatever their age, they're my kids, and they are important. I am after their health. Okay? And for me, that's more important than, I don't know if schools will get angry at me. For me, that is more important, far more important than academics. I would always say this, Sir Sam. Once you, when you have a balance of all the domains, most especially if you take care of the emotional domain, socio-emotional domain, everything will follow, including learning. Learning will automatically follow. Because no matter how much we like force the child to sit down, read that, do your assignment, do your homework, when here, emotionally, mentally, he's not okay, can you really expect him to do what you're asking him to do? No, learning will not follow. Okay, so Sir Sam, you're asking me, what can I tell the parents? What can I advise them? This is my advice, dear parents. Follow your heart. Follow your gut feel. There are, as I mentioned earlier, Sir Sam, I've been giving webinars left and right because schools are asking me to do it for them because they have varied programs. There are schools who want me to do webinars for them because they're doing online education, distance ed, okay? There are schools who would like me to give webinars for them because they are doing homeschooling programs. The one thing that we can't do is really go to school physically. And of course, we know that there is a move that I think because of the school calendar of our country, of our government, I think opening of classes will be in August. And I think the proposal would be a combination, blended, right? It's a combination of online and face-to-face classroom. This is my take. Parents, follow your heart. Is that very vague? I mean, I'm a parent. I will not allow my two kids, Sir Sam. I will not allow them to go to school physically. And I've seen their schools have been emailing informations, proposing online, distance ed, homeschooling, etc. I'm trying to consider that. But for now, I won't allow them to go out. That's my stand as a parent. That's why I'm telling the parents now, follow your heart. What do you think is good for your children?
Thank you very much, Teacher Claudette, for those powerful words. And I think there are a lot of things that perhaps parents and even school administrators like me can think about.
Yes. Yes, sir. Thank you also.
Thank you so much. And I will really follow my heart, especially that I have a 3-year-old who's supposed to be starting school. But yeah, I
To
really
follow
have
your
to
heart, Miss Kat.
think about yes. Thank you so much, Teacher Odette.
Thank you also.
It's important for us to understand that we can support children through any crisis by providing a loving and hopeful environment. Parenting in a pandemic is not easy, but please do not be discouraged. If your children's basic needs are being met, if they feel happy and secure in your home, you are successfully parenting. You are doing enough. You are enough. Thank you for joining us. And remember, we may be physically distancing, but let's always remain socially